Mötley Crüe, Prince, ZZ Top. These are a few of the rock musicians criticized by Tennessee Senator Albert Gore's wife, Tipper. Mrs. Gore has joined forces with state and national PTA members to combat what she considers sexually explicit and violent lyrics. Recording studios voluntarily responded to the campaign against heavy metal songs. So that parents can see what their kids are buying, many records now contain sexually explicit warnings on the label. The labels merely read, "Parental Advisory, Explicit Lyrics," but area teachers regard that as a major step toward reducing some of the influence the words are having on our youth. One young ZZ Top fan said he sees no reason for all the fuss.
It's just words. It's how well, you want to relate to the words.
But Tipper Gore and PTA members say those words cross the line between sensuality and hardcore sexuality that young people should not be exposed to. Cater Lee, News Center 12.
This was a clip from 1986, and back then there was this committee called the PMRC, which was short for Parents Music Resource Center. And this committee wanted to censor music that had violent, drug-related, occult or sexual themes. Their goal was to censor music to protect kids and teens from music that they found questionable. For example, the PMRC were behind the parental advisory stickers that were put on more or less every album worth owning back then. The PMRC also came up with a list of 15 songs called the Filthy 15, which was a list of songs that the PMRC found to be the most objectionable. The list contained 15 songs from various genres, with everyone from Prince, Madonna to AC/DC, but also metal bands like Black Sabbath, Mercyful Fate, Judas Priest and Venom. For me it was kind of weird that in a country like the United States, where free speech is more or less holy, you have an organization that wants to silence those who express themselves in a way that the government don't agree with. But it wasn't just a bad thing. The PMRC controversy has also inspired a lot of art and several cool metal songs, such as Judas Priest's Parental Guidance, Danzig's Mother, Flotsam and Jetsam's Hard on You, and Megadeth's Hook in Mouth, songs that all dealt with the censorship of the PMRC. Originally there were 15 songs on the list, but I decided to cut it down to 9 due to 6 of the songs being pop songs. So we're going to go through all 9 of them now, starting with Judas Priest and the song Eat 'Em Alive, which is a song from the band's 1984 studio album Defenders of the Faith. PMRC rated this song as profane or sexually explicit, and if you read through the lyrics on the screen, it's surely suggestive. The gunpoint line is probably what pushed this song over the line, so to speak. To eat 'em alive might seem a bit cannibalistic, but it's meant in a more sexual way. So I guess that the lyrics are a bit explicit, but are the lyrics really that bad? I don't know about that. And next up we have Mötley Crüe's Bastard, and this song was taken from the band's second studio album Shout at the Devil from 1983. This song was rated violent by the PMRC, and here's an excerpt from the lyrics. And yeah, if you just read the lyrics, it looks rather awful, but then again, it's just metal lyrics and there's nothing more to it than that, really. Metal music can't just be about puppies and rainbows, it needs a bit of darkness to it. And I also think that Mötley Crüe toned down this side a bit over the years. And next up we have Wasp's Animal, F Like a Beast, and this one was rated profane or sexually explicit. At the time there was a big discussion in Sweden about Wasp, that they were morally corrupt and devil worshippers and stuff like that, which they of course wasn't. The lyrics of the song is surely sexually provocative, but censoring songs is still such a dumb idea. And Wasp were smart, they knew that all publicity is good publicity. I mean, when all these clean-cut politicians said that you shouldn't listen to certain songs, it just made those songs even cooler. And Wasp got so much attention after they got put on the Filthy 15 list. So the PMRC had an opposite effect on metal music. The bands just got more promotion from being on the list. And next up is Mercyful Fate with the song Into the Coven. And why they chose this song and not The Oath or something like that is beyond my understanding. They could have put more or less every Mercyful Fate song on the list, because they were surely more offensive than anything that Def Leppard or AC/DC ever put out. Anyhow, here's the lyrics to the song Into the Coven, which is a song from their 1983 full-length debut Melissa. And this one was rated occult, which is correct. Mercyful Fate was led by King Diamond, who saw himself as a Satanist. Next up we have Def Leppard with the song High and Dry from the album with the same name. It was released in 1981, and the song had a few lines about drugs and alcohol. But I have no idea how this song qualified to be on the Filthy 15 list. When you read the lyrics, there's nothing worth raising an eyebrow over. Is it the whiskey? Is it the word high? I really don't know. Maybe I'm too morally corrupt from listening to Mercyful Fate to fully understand what they are referring to here. The goalposts have definitely moved a long way since the mid-80s, and I can certainly think of way more obscene songs from the 80s than this one. But Def Leppard were a popular band, so I guess that they were an easy target, since the Hollywood wives seem to have a grudge towards hard rock and metal in general. We also have Twisted Sisters, We're Not Gonna Take It, on the list. It was rated as a violent song, which it really isn't. It's just about someone who had enough of the powers that be. Twisted Sister was one of the bands that really stood up for free speech, and they deserve a lot of cred for that. Next up is AC/DC's Let Me Put My Love Into You, which was rated profane or sexually explicit. And yeah, the title of this song is a bit suggestive, but I think it was the line "Let me cut your cake with my knife" that might have taken the song over the line, and thus qualified the song for the Filthy 15 list. And next up is Black Sabbath, and they were often seen as an occult influence, but their song Trashed from the album Born Again got the PMRC rating Drugs and Alcohol. The lyrics about driving under the influence can of course be seen as offensive, but I don't think that the lyrics are that explicit. We have definitely seen worse on this list. And speaking of the occult, Venom's song Possessed ended up on the list. Deservingly so, I guess, since they were a band that wanted to shock and offend people, which they succeeded with since they got included on the Filthy 15 list, alongside artists like Prince, Madonna and Cyndi Lauper. Which is a bit funny since Venom is a way more extreme band than any pop artists could ever be. And I also think that the whole censorship and those PMRC stickers made kids more likely to buy the albums when it was forbidden fruit. I think I've seen King Diamond mentioning it in some old interview that the Filthy 15 controversy really helped the band. So it was a bit of a double-edged sword. Censorship is, in my opinion, obviously the wrong way to go. Sure, put a 15-year-old age restriction on some albums if you need to, but trying to force adults to listen to songs that the government approves of is just beyond stupid in my opinion. And I think that the free speech side has won this battle, since there aren't really that much discussions going on about the dangers of metal music these days. Plus the PMRC shut down their activity in the mid-90s. And today it's perhaps the rap videos that gets the most attention for their explicit nature. So I think that we've come a long way in the last 40 years. Metal is no longer seen as just a way to brainwash kids into bad behavior. So I really think that we metal fans won this battle, even if there will always be people who think that words like whiskey, sex or Satan will corrupt the minds of all teenagers who hears them. But feel free to share your opinions on the PMRC and censorship down in the comment section below. Do you think that censorship fills a function, or are you against it? And which songs on the Filthy 15 list do you like the most? Let me know. Or do you have any funny memories of the whole satanic panic of the 80s? Then feel free to share your story down below. I'm always interested in hearing your opinions. And if you enjoyed this little history lesson, then feel free to smash that like button and subscribe for more metal content. And if you want to support my channel, then there's always the option to become a Patreon, like the Horsemen of the Apocalypse. And you can always donate or buy a shirt through the links listed down below. And that's all for now, so thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Bye bye.